I am certified pet professional Amy Leigh. The only difference between you and your groomer is knowledge, techniques, and tools. It is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the grooming industry. So stay put as we get started on this journey together today.
Thank you for joining me live from the grooming table. I am certified professional pet groomer Amy Leigh, and it is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the pet grooming industry so you can provide quality care for your beloved pets at home. That's what we do every Monday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time right here, live from the grooming table. Thank you for joining me. I want to say hello to all of you, give you a big hug, and tell you we've been doing some wonderful things. And I can't wait to get going with you tonight. Tonight's live stream is dedicated to helping you groom and maintain your pets at home. Wonderful, right? Well, that's what we try to do a lot around here. I will answer your specific questions that you submitted to me through Google Forms. If you haven't taken advantage of using my Google Forms question submission link, please utilize this privilege. I created it for you in order to get your questions in front of me to address them directly. The Google question form link is in the description below, guys. It's always there for you in every video. So I have quite an abundance of questions that have piled up in my Google form link document section of town. And I was going through them this weekend, and I'm just like, it's time I just did a live stream for you guys, and I work for you. Today, I work for you for free. That's right, guys. Anyway, listen, this is good. I thought it would be better to address you guys individually because as I'm reading through all these questions, I'm looking at the topics and I'm looking at the things people are struggling with or just hung up on a little bit. And I'm like, boy, this is stuff that many people deal with and go, wow, I don't know what to do with this. So it's best that we just share together, right? Because that's what we do. We share together because we're better together. So the topics that we will discuss tonight, they're going to range from what clippers are best to purchase to brushes and even how to get started as a pet groomer. So stay put, my friends. This Q&A session is sure to clear up many areas of confusion that you may have when it comes to caring for your pets at home. We also have a brand new and exciting subscriber showdown featuring your beloved pets locked and loaded in the queue for you. So stay tuned for that, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. It's a good one, and there's lots and lots of pictures in that subscriber showdown. And it's all about your pets, featuring your pets. So stay tuned for that. That's the way we're going to end our show tonight, and that's with a bang. You know, that's the way we like to do this around here. A couple things I want to talk about before we jump right into our questions is yesterday, my friend Sorrow from Sorrow Dog Training released a video collaboration he and I made for our audiences. And I hope you checked it out, guys. He is a stress-free dog trainer and very knowledgeable when it comes to training your dog, including teaching your dog to enjoy brushing, bathing, and grooming. All that is behavioral and training, and Sorrow can help us with that. I linked his channel in the description below along with the video that he released featuring Go Groomer, yours truly. It was a good one. I really think you guys will love it. So if you haven't feasted your eyes on that video, please check it out. But don't go yet. You're mine right now. We haven't seen each other in a couple weeks. We have a lot to talk about. All right, so please check out Sarah's channel after we get done here sharing and caring tonight. And you're also going to find the video. Hey, let me show you what it looks like. Let me give you a quick little preview. This is what Sarah's channel page looks like, and I circled the video that he just released. So if you go to his video tabs on his channel, you'll see this video. And that's the one that him and I did together, and it was fabulous. We had just wonderful energy together. I really loved it, and it just got me so excited for many more collaborations to come because the more professionals we can get together to just bounce stuff off of each other and you know, it just makes the information much more valuable and larger. So we can also reach a larger audience, which helps more pets and pet owners. So we're doing good. We did good. That was wonderful. I want you guys to go check that out. Okay, now listen up. But right now, let's jump right into answering your Google Forms questions. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Okay, and I will be answering your questions specifically in the live chat afterwards. I had to break this into 2 sessions, this I work for you, because I could have raced through these really quick, but some of them I just feel I'm going to have to spend a little time on, you know, to discuss it with you guys. And I thought, well, I can't keep you here for 3 hours. I mean, I know we love to hang out together, but at some point we're all going to have to go pee and poo. We're going to need to eat. We're going to need to go to bed. We got to work tomorrow. So I had to split. I'm going to split this into a series of 2 videos. I work for you, okay? And it's all about your questions that you submitted in the Google's form. So our first question tonight comes from, drum roll, comes from Kathleen. And she has 3 Pekingese Shih Tzu mixes from the same litter, and they're all 8 years old. And let me tell you what her question is. Hopefully my mic's okay. Is it too loud? Oh, gosh. Okay. I think I'm good. Okay. Just checking, guys, because I don't like to blast your ears out. I tend to talk really loud, especially when I'm excited. And I get really excited when I talk about pet grooming, so you know how that goes. Now, Kathleen, back to you. Kathleen's question, who has 3 Pekingese Shih Tzu mixes, they're 8 years old, litter mates. She says, how do I groom them? Well, that's a big question. She says, I've taken them to professional, but I'm not satisfied. I would like to learn tools that I should be using. I'm in Canada. Okay, this is where it got my attention. I'm in Canada, and with the closed borders, I can't order from your suggestions. So she can't order from the websites that we can here in the States. For those of you that are in the States with me, she can't. She says, I'm hunting with no success to find that Canadian products similar to the products that you recommend aren't here. They're not sold here in Canada. Some of them. Any suggestions? One in particular, was that the one? Okay, no, okay. So here's my suggestion to you, Kathleen. And this goes for many of you guys out there. I know this because we come from all over the map. We're not all in the United States together. We're right here together right now. But a lot of you have this problem, especially during COVID. We're having problems with a lot of things being sold out too. That's a big issue. But if you're in other countries and you'll see me talking about, you know, Kenchi flash clippers or Activate brushes, wall stainless steel snap-on combs, and you're like, I just can't find that here from any of the right resources you have. What I suggest is to email, like let's say if you're interested in a clipper. This is my Wall KM10. You guys know I love my baby. Okay, let's say you're interested in a clipper. My suggestion is that you go to Wall, or say it's an Andis clipper, their website, and ask them to give you the contact information of a supplier in Canada. You can go to their website, and usually there's a phone number or an email contact. Whichever one works for you. Sometimes if you're out of the country, the email may work best for you. But so reach out to them on their original official website and ask them in an email if they can put you in touch with contact information for a supplier, say in Canada, if you're in Canada, or in Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria, wherever you're at. A lot of these manufacturers do have distributors in other countries. So good to know. So that goes for shampoo and other manufacturers, guys. They may have distributors in other countries. So they can put you in touch with that. So go to their official website, scroll down to contact information and reach out to them. They should be able to direct you to a distributor of their products in other countries. So I hope that answered your question, Kathleen. That was a good one, and I'm sure that it affects a lot of people, okay? So our next question comes from Leanne. This question is about a cat. I'm not a cat groomer, but let's talk about this. So Leanne says she has a cat. Her question is, Wondering if you've trimmed a cat before, the lion cut, the lion trim. I know exactly the trim she's talking about. It's very cute. And if so, could you demonstrate how to do it? Even if you have to demonstrate going through the motions on a stuffed toy cat. I'm very curious of the steps, she says. Okay, so that is a good question because that is a very specific trim. And I could have got a stuffed animal out. I could have gone in one of my daughter's rooms and grabbed one of their cute little cat stuffed animals and tried to show you, but it wouldn't have been the same. So what I decided to do for you, Leanne, and anybody else that's interested in hearing the answer to this question, how to put a lion trim on your cat, I don't professionally groom cats, but I do think I can help you here. I found a video that I've linked in the description below that goes into great detail. And it seems to be a good video. I looked through many of them till I said, hey, I think this gal knows what she's talking about. I feel that, okay? So I do know that it's important to use proper blades on a cat because their skin is very thin and it can be easy to nick. So taking advice on cat grooming, you need to take advice from somebody who specializes in cat grooming because there are things that are very specific to cat grooming. So I did find a video. I've linked it in there. And let's see, Leanne, what did I link it as? Just give me a second here. Real quick, I got to run through this stuff here. It says cat lion trim video. Okay, it's linked in the description below. So please check that out, Leanne. In fact, that is a YouTube content creator that put that video up. She specializes in cat care. If you have further questions, I would reach out to her because she knows what she's doing there with cats. So hopefully that helped you, Leanne. And I am moving on to question number 3, which comes from Eric. Eric has a Shih Tzu. All right, so we got a Shih Tzu. His question is, do you need to be a paid member to join the Go Groomer private Facebook group? Good question, Eric, and I know other people are wondering the same thing, so I'm glad you asked it. Here's the deal. The answer is no. You do not need to be a channel member of my YouTube channel to join my private Facebook group. I did link it in the description below. I have put a link to the group in the description. Click on it, submit a request to join because it is a private group. It's free and it's a wonderful resource and a place where people can learn from others and they can support other pet owners. And I'm telling you, that Facebook group has turned out to be it's a little gem. It's a gem. I'm in there a lot, just watching what you guys are doing and how you're helping each other, the information you're sharing. You guys are like, it's like AA for pet owners. You know, it's like we're not alcoholics, we're petaholics. And that's what that group, that Facebook group is like. Pretty much anything you need to know you can find there just by asking or posting. People share pictures of their dogs there. They share things that they struggle with questions, little video clips to show what they're struggling with. It's just fantastic. So anyway, Eric, please go to the link that's in the description below. You click on it, it's gonna take you to request to be a member of the private Facebook group. And once you do that, I check periodically throughout the day, guys. So usually you won't wait longer than 8 hours at most to get accepted into that group. Okay, so anybody that hasn't hit up the private Facebook group, like Eric, please check out the description below and go in there and click on the link for our private Facebook group because it's fantastic. I'm so proud of that group. I'm so proud of you guys. It's wonderful. Our next question comes from Tina, and she has a Maltese dog. Her question is, what kind of clippers should I use on her head and what blade size? Oh, I'm sorry. I messed that up. She says, what kind of clippers should I use on her and what blade size? I found this one on Amazon and was wondering if it's all right. I linked the clipper that she found on Amazon And I went and checked it out today from several different sites. I tried to get as much information on it as I could. She says, I keep her hair short, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do the greatest job on her, but I want her to look beautiful and I don't want to hurt her. So that's her concerns. Is it a safe enough clipper, and will it do the job? Will it produce good results? So down here, also in the description of this video, guys, if you don't know how to get into the description of our videos, let me show you real quick on my phone. It's different on a phone and on a desktop. But if you're on your phone, like here we are right now, and here's our video. If you click on that little triangle right there, you see it drops down all this information, and then you just scroll through it. These are all the links that I'm talking about, guys. This is the stuff that I put in every video to help you understand what we are talking about, or if I'm directing you to a website, I'll say it's linked below. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I say linked below. All right, so back to you guys. What did I put down here for that? I put, okay, the Conair adjustable blade clipper. I did link the clipper down there, so you guys can go and check it out so you know what clipper she's talking about, because you may have come across the same clipper and be wondering the same thing. So let me get back up here to where I was. That's for Tina. Tina, this is what I say. Now, as I did my research on this clipper, this is an adjustable blade clipper. It's not a detachable blade clipper. Adjustable blade clipper, remember, is like this style where you adjust one blade. It's not technically a detachable blade. A detachable blade clipper is like this, and what makes it a detachable blade clipper is the fact that it has this blade release right here, and I can take the blade off just that easily. It also has a very stable seat here for our blades. This is another reason why detachable blades are very, very good when it comes to full grooms to your dog's body and legs and stuff like that, especially on a thicker breed, because this type of clipper, it's just more, it's stronger, and it will not be affected by the coat type as much as a more delicate clipper like this. But this guy has been pretty impressive. So I'm digging around trying to figure out about this clipper that Tina was asking me about. And I'm thinking for a Maltese, you may have good luck using it, that Conair clipper, assuming the provided snap-on combs are decent. I can't tell you that because I haven't used it. So I can't tell you that. What I typically know is those plastic combs versus our stainless combs just tend to want to pop off, and they come off as you're clipping. Well, obviously, that's not going to help you. That could actually make your groom look bad if it pops off and you accidentally take a little swipe too short, you know. That particular Conair is priced around $60, so it's very inexpensive. I mean, even this guy, this is a $180 clipper. So for $60, it scares me a little bit to recommend it to you. It could be okay for a small dog that doesn't have a thick coat, such as a Maltese, because Maltese do not have a thick coat. However, I would prefer the Kenchi Flash Clipper or the Wall Bravera over that one. I linked the clipper below if you guys want to check out which clipper it is we're talking about. It's down there below the Conair. Okay, and the reason why I say I would prefer the Kenchi Flash or the Wall Bravera is because I know for a fact that this one and the Wall Bravera, they both have a feature in them that as you're clipping through coat and you start to get into some heavy, thick, matted coat, the engine, the little motor, the engine, I guess it doesn't have an engine, the motor in this little clipper will rev up to get through it. It's definitely, it's a petite little clipper, but it's powerful, so don't let that deceive you. The only thing about, say, the Kenchi Flash versus the Bravera, which is a wall version of a 5-in-1 clipper, is the Kenchi Flash does not have this type of comb. The Wall Bravera makes a specific metal stainless guard comb that you can use with the Bravera. It's a specific one or set of combs. You can't use these, the wall snap-on combs that are made for our detachable blade clippers. You cannot use these for your Bravera, but Wall makes a set for the Bravera. Kenchi only gives you the plastic guard combs that come with it. Thus far, I'm sure that will change. Let's hope so, because I really like this clipper. So I can't tell you for sure, Tina, if I would purchase that for your Maltese. I think if she's perfectly prepared, brushed, cleaned, dried, I think you could probably have pretty decent luck with that clipper. But I can't say for sure. So I hope I've helped you. I probably haven't. I've probably only confused you. So question number 5 comes from Catherine Moore, and she has a Great Dane. This is an interesting question, guys. You will like this. She says, hi, Amy. She says, I've been a victim of downsizing due to COVID. So in other words, in her business and her job and career, I'm done with corporate, she says. I've signed up to become a pet groomer and will be starting school in October. Good for you, Catherine. I'm very happy for you. I'm excited for you. Don't be nervous. It's a good thing. It's the beginning of a new beginning, trust me. Okay, she says, so I've signed up for that class. It starts in October. Is it in your professional opinion that I work for a salon for a while before going out on my own after school? I really enjoy your videos. Thank you for your advice. Second act, Catherine. This is her second act. Go for it, girl. I'm proud of you. All right, Catherine. This is my advice. And this is I'm probably talking to many people right now. So here we go. Catherine, my advice is to ease into grooming after you complete your course. Start with baths and brush outs. Then add feet and sanitary and continue to upgrade your services as your confidence grows through experience, okay? Your clients will evolve with you, so don't stress over offering full charge grooming services out of the gate. I'm telling you, your clients will evolve with you because they know that you've had the training, you're just implementing it, and with that comes experience. You have to experience things a few times to improve them. So I would start with, if I took a basic dog grooming course, I would come out of the gate and say, I'm a new pet groomer. I'm starting with, your basic bath, brush outs, desheds, feet trim, sanitary, nail trim, ear cleanings. And start building your client base from there. And then do friends and families dogs. Do discount grooms on full grooms, because if you don't like the full groom that you produce as a discounted groom because you're still perfecting your craft, don't take less money on your discounted groom. You're approaching them with the idea that this is a discounted groom. I know what I'm doing, I just don't do it perfectly yet, okay? So it only requires a discount, not a huge discount, not half price. That's ridiculous because it's a lot of work. Brushing, bathing before you can even trim a dog is at least an hour's worth of work, depending on what breed. But I'm telling you, you'll start to build your client base and your core people. And oftentimes, you'll have somebody bring you that golden retriever, which is something you can do right out of the gate when you finish school. But they may have a Shih Tzu at home and a Maltese. So as you do their golden and they like your work and you say, hey, I'm weaning into this, or I can groom your Maltese for a 15% discount because I know how to do full grooms. I'm just not real good at it yet. Okay? And say, I can groom your Maltese for a discount for a while. You'll know when you're ready to charge full price on haircuts. And if you're giving a discounted rate and being honest with your customers, and that's the best thing you can do, you're saying, I know what I'm doing, I'm trained, I just haven't perfected my craft yet, that's all. I haven't perfected my schnauzer head or my round head or whatever. I haven't perfected it yet. I just need a little more experience, and I'd like to do that with your dog at a discounted price. So that's kind of my advice there, Catherine. congratulations on the change, and I'm sure you will do wonderful. Catherine's second act. Just keep me posted. Stay in touch with us. We're going to be really excited to hear how it goes. She starts in October. So question number 6 comes in from Kathy Z, and she has a Havanese. Oh, they're cute. David, I think I saw you're in here, my favorite dog dad. David loves Havanese. He has Havanese as well. She says, Kathy says, I am a breeder of AKC chocolate Havanese. I am very interested in raw diets for dogs. Would you share the brand name and model of the grinder that you are using? So that's the first part of her question. And I did go, I think I did share the link down here. Okay, let me just look and see what I did. It's sold out. The one that I use is sold out. So I put it down here. Yes, I didn't link mine because it's sold out, but mine is called, did I put that up here? I did link one in there that's comparable. It's actually a little cheaper, but you need one that's at least 1.5 horsepower. Here's mine. Okay, and I'm glad to help, Kathy, no worries. The meat grinder that I purchased is called the Kitchener number 32. That's Kitchener, Kitchner. Kitchener number 32. It's a 1.5 horsepower meat grinder and is currently sold out. So I linked a similar brand below, but it should definitely be a 1.5 horsepower for grinding bone, guys. Chicken bones, maybe rib bones. We certainly aren't going to be putting like big roast through there or nothing, but my grinder grinds through that stuff lickety-split, no problem. So I did link another one down there, guys, and that should help. Now, Kathy has a second part to her question. She says, well, actually, she says, as a breeder before COVID, so she's a breeder, but before COVID, she said, I give my new pet parents a personal grooming instruction before they leave with one of my puppies to make sure that they get started off right. I think that's awesome. You know, because the Havanese is going to require a lot of grooming the rest of their lives. So she is already sending these puppies home with their new moms and dads saying, all right, you're going to need to do this. Here's how you do it. Okay? And she says, but that was before COVID because she can't do that right now. So she says, now I encourage each family to follow you and all your grooming questions. You're the best. Thank you, Kathy, and I am so glad to help with that and be a part of all those little puppies' lives. Thank you for that. That's awesome. So hopefully that helped you, Kathy, with my meat grinder. Obviously, guys, raw food, we've talked about that quite a lot in the past, and it's a very specific science to that diet. It is a formula. If you're going to feed raw, there's a certain amount of food you need to feed your dog. There's a certain ratio of fiber, there's a certain ratio of bone, there's a certain ratio of organ meat, protein, omega fatty acids. All this has to be balanced. You can't just give it a guess and throw it in your dog's bowl and say it is whole foods, it's better for them, because you're right about that. It still has to be balanced or you could be lacking something very important in their diet. But I know you guys know that we have done now several videos about food. I have 2 playlists about grooming your dog's health. One is grooming your dog's health with food, and the other one is the raw diet playlist from last year, whatever. So we have a ton of information on our channel here, guys, on Go Groomer, to help you go out and find the information that you need when it comes to raw feeding or cooking for your dogs. But I'm glad to hear that people are doing their research and they're wanting to know more about it and possibly going to be taking that responsibility on for their pets. Because now I think if the more people get on board with feeding their pets whole foods, whole natural foods, not preserved or not processed foods, we're going to find that our pets live longer like they used to. That's the way it's supposed to be. And with a lot better quality of health. All right, question number 7 comes in from Lamisha, and she has a Canary Mastiff. Well, that's a cool dog if you guys know what that is. A really cool dog. She has a neat question. She says, I'm a starter groomer at my job, and I am so happy I found your page today. Do you have any beginner tips for starters? Oh, that's all I do is give tips for starters. Yes, absolutely, Lamisha. I have lots of tips. Okay, so first of all, to take a basic dog grooming course, that's very important. And then follow the advice that I share in the video linked for you below. So Lamisha, you're so special that I actually call the link Lamisha's link. Okay, it says Lamisha down on the bottom below, get started as a pet groomer. And that is 2 videos that I made that are going to be extremely helpful if anybody is interested in getting started as a pet groomer and also interested in understanding what tools they would need out of the gate as a beginner pet groomer. Because obviously you don't need the whole kit and caboodle when you get started. You're going to add to your tool set over the years. I still am adding to my tool set since I've been grooming and started in 2003, guys. So you know how it is. You're just always perfecting your craft. But anyway, yes, Lamisha, I have linked 2 videos there for you that should be extremely helpful in the description below. So go check it out. And thanks for the good question, because I think a lot of people could benefit from you asking that question. But don't forget, guys, all these questions were asked on my Google's form, which is a link in all my videos. There's a link in the description of this video. It's a submission form is what it is. It submits a question personally to me, and it's free, obviously. All you need to do is fill out, it's a form. You fill it out and it's a submission, and I get your questions. So I've just had so many of them lately that I've decided that I needed to address a lot of it in a live stream because I knew others would benefit from it. Okay? So that's what we're doing here today. I work for you today, guys. So question number 8. It comes from Adrienne, and she has Yorkshire Terriers. Actually, she's almost getting them soon. In fact, within days, I think. She said, I loved your video on Ollie's pet food. I tried to order it for my 2 8-week-old Yorkie puppies that we will pick up at the end of next month, September, she says. So I'm not sure if she has them yet. If you do, Adrienne, oh, I bet you're just in love. But anyway, you'll be getting them soon, I hear. She says, I just tried to order the Ollie pet food for my puppies, and it says that the dog has to be at least 3 pounds. But my puppies won't be 3 pounds until, at the earliest, 13 weeks, she says. So please advise. P.S. I love your videos. Thank you. I'm glad you love my videos. I'm glad they're helpful. So I see a simple workaround with this. I think that's just Ollie on the website. You know, it's kind of an animated website, automated. So you just plop in the information and it knows what to do with it, and it spits out a food plan for you, and you approve it and then you order it. But so this is a great question that she asked. She says, if it says they have to be 3 pounds, do I have to wait till they're 3 pounds to start them on Ollie? My answer to that is you can still order the Ollie food for your puppies. Just choose the weight as 3 pounds, because if that's the minimum weight, then just put it in 3 pounds and feed a little bit of a lesser amount in the bowl. So, you know, not much less, I wouldn't imagine, but you can always, here's what I say. My suggestion is to call Ollie, because they are extremely helpful and knowledgeable. Call Ollie directly and talk to a representative, and they will be of huge help to you. I've linked the Ollie pet food review video that I made below, guys, and I've also linked all their contact information, the phone number and their address. So please, if you have any questions about the Ollie pet food, surf down there, get the number, it's in the description below, and call them and just say, hey, this is the deal. I went to the website, was gonna sign up for, I'm getting 2 little babies. These little Yorkies are probably only that big. They may not be 3 pounds for a long time. So, and say I would like to start them on Ollie, but obviously it recommends that they be 3 pounds. Is there a reason for that? Or should I just, order the 3 pound amount, because that is the smallest quantity that Ollie ships in? And that could all just be the case, that the smallest quantity that they ship for is a 3 pound dog. So if that's the case, then you would just feed them a little less, not the whole amount. So that's a good question. Don't forget, the link is down there. The information's down there about the Ollie food guys. If you're having any questions and you want to call them directly or get in contact with them, I put their information in the description of this video, as well as I linked my review video. So if you're having any questions at all about Ollie, that video should help you understand anything that you may be wondering about Ollie food. It was a very extensive demo. So thank you for asking that question, Adrian, and congratulations on your new Yorkie babies. We can't wait to see pictures. All right, so question number 9 comes from Anna, and she has a Labradoodle. Oh, this is a neat question. I like this. Oh, I like all the questions. I'm just so happy to share this with you guys today. Okay, she says, my name is Anna, and I live in Sweden. I'm a little jealous. She says, this summer, she's not jealous. I'm jealous because she lives in Sweden. This summer, we finally got our first dog, she said. She is black, beautiful Labradoodle girl, and we already love her to death. She says, since it was rather hot this summer here in Sweden, I felt like I needed to help cool her down. So I groomed her myself with my new Oster clipper and a 7-blade a couple of weeks ago. She looks crazy. Well, it's not easy. Is this your first groom? Go a little easy on yourself. Your first groom, I mean, it's very awkward at first, so don't get upset. As long as you did a safe job on her, that's okay. And a 7-blade is safe to use on a Labradoodle. It's as short as I would go on the body. I wouldn't go any shorter than a 7, but you didn't do anything wrong. So Anna also says, so I started to look for information on the web, and lucky me, I found you. So now I'm just waiting for her coat to grow back and my new curved shears and snap-on combs to arrive in my mailbox. So she's acquired some more tools that are coming that are going to help her do a nicer finishing work. And I think you will like the snap-on combs and shears. It's a big difference. My first question, she says, is since I'm from Sweden, I can't buy grooming tools from Amazon, and I can't find the Groomer's Helper grooming loop anywhere. Groomer's Helper couldn't ship it to me because she's in another state, or another country, I'm sorry. She says, do you know of any place that I could find this type of grooming loop? The only ones that I can find on Swedish website, my thing just jumped away, Swedish website don't have the front loop, which is this. Don't have the front loop so you can prevent the dog from moving around on the table. I would really appreciate your help, she says. No problem. You have inspired me to try to groom my girl again, and I will use all your tips and tricks and the 11 steps to groom any dog. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm going to share that too. Maybe my girl will not look as crazy next time and possibly help my friends and family's dogs too. I would love that. So she would, Anna is actually looking to help groom her friends and family's dogs, you know, just to get more practice and help people out. This is the Groomer's Helper loop like she's talking. You guys know what this is. I use it all the time only in my videos. So she can't find it. It's really important to have this other hook, okay? Because I also hook the dogs to the grooming arm so they can't spin around and slip a leg off the table, you know, especially because then they're going to get upset. So first I just want to say to you, Anna, as I'm going to give you a little demo here in a second too. I think this is wonderful. Congratulations on grooming your own dog. I'm really proud of you, okay? I think that's great. But don't forget that you will improve with every dog. Every groom that you groom, it will get better and better. If you cannot purchase a Groomer's Helper grooming leash, I want you to know that you can turn your own snap collar into one by using a separate walking leash and a regular grooming loop. And I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? Just a second. Your regular snap collar for your dog. So your dog's collar, because it already is made to fit your dog too, right? It's wonderful. Also, for the rest of my viewers, please take advantage of my printable 11 steps to groom any dogs. All right, that is linked in the description below, guys. Let me just show, I'm going to throw a picture of what it looks like up here on the screen while I'm just explaining this real quick. This is what it is. This is printable. It's free. All you do is go and download it, okay? So I want you guys to have this because I've linked it below. And I've also linked the video that explains each step with the 11 steps. So if you're not sure what it means, there's a video that goes along with the 11 steps to groom any dog. So it will really help you guys, okay? It's gonna help you a lot. It's just gonna keep you on track with grooming your dog. The steps, you won't forget any steps. It's very important to follow steps. And as you groom more and more, those steps are just burned in your mind. You don't have to think about them anymore. It's a memory thing at that point, but you're just creating a repetition. So let me show you guys. Now let me show you how to turn your dog's collar into a groomer's helper, grooming lead. And this will help you keep your dog safely secured on the grooming table. So this is something that'll benefit many. So this is the item that she was trying to get. She can't get it with this little hook. So what I suggest is you put your Labradoodle on her collar, Anna, okay? Put her on her collar, because her collar should have a leash or a hook. And if her collar doesn't have that hook, buy an inexpensive dog collar that has this hook. So here, this is on your dog. Your dog is standing here, her head's over here, and she's standing this way. So now you can use a separate dog leash, just a walking leash, hook it to the front there like that, and wrap this around your grooming arm. And what you can do is you can send it through the grooming arm like this. If the grooming arm is here, you can go like this with a leash, and then that's going to attach it to your grooming arm. And then you're going to hook this to the hook on your dog's collar. This is the back of her neck, the top of her head's up here, okay? And then you're going to take the grooming loop and just hook that through your dog's collar and to the grooming arm. So your dog's collar basically made the groomer's helper lead, if that makes sense. This is hooked to the grooming arm. This is, your dog's collar is fitted to your dog, and it's hooked to the grooming arm this way. So that's how you can create that. And you just got to be creative, okay? Just want to let you guys know there's a solution for everything. So that's a good way for you if you can't get your hands on a groomer's helper grooming lead to kind of make your own, all right? So question 10. Question 10, this is our last question. Well, no, it's not. It's got many. This comes from Jamie. Jamie, I think you're in the chat. Jamie has a poodle. Yes, Jamie Hankins. She's in here. I can see you. I see you. Jamie sent me many questions, so I'm going to answer them here because it's much easier for me to do so. The first question she has is, what blades should I buy for my Wall KM10? Well, this is a Wall KM10. Now, one of your other questions, I want to read that because it kind of coincides with that. She says, do you basically use only a 10 blade? What would you use the other blades for? Can you please explain the use of the other blades? Is there a blade that will help leave some length? I'm completely lost with the Wall KM10 blades. All right, I get you. First of all, the Wall KM10 clipper is a detachable blade clipper. You can use wall blades with this as long as they're detachable blades. Or you can use an Andis brand. Or you can use an Oster brand. Or any brand as long as it's a detachable blade clipper. It will work with your wall clipper. It will work with your Andis clipper. It will work with whatever clipper you have if it's a detachable blade clipper. These blades are universal amongst other detachable blade clippers. But like I said, it is a detachable blade. It's very important. So her question is, do I basically use a 10 blade with my clipper? Well, this has a 30 on it right now. I'm sorry, guys. Let's pretend that's a 10. Let's pretend it's a 10. So you could just use a 10 blade with your Wall KM10. You would use the 10 without any guard combs to clip around the sanitary areas, to clip the pads of feet, to clip the corners of the eyes here. You could use that 10 blade. The earlobes, if you were going to take a little bit of hair off the earlobes. Armpits, your 10 blade is safe there. However, your 10 blade is too short to trim the body and the legs with. But you're in luck. If you only have a 10 blade, the one that comes with your Wahl KM10, and you do have the set of stainless steel snap-on combs or another set of snap-on combs that work with detachable blade clippers, you can get away with doing all your clipper work with your guard combs and your 10 blade. So in that case, yes, you could only use your 10 blade as the only blade with your Wahl KM10 if you're using snap-on combs to set the length on the legs, on the body, on the head, even down the muzzle, or whatever. And you have a poodle, so you would be shaving, Jamie, you would shave her face with a 10. A 10 is a safe blade to shave the face with on a poodle too, because it should not cause irritation. 30 blade could definitely, would most definitely cause irritation. So that should answer that part of your question, Jamie. Now back to the beginning. What blades should I buy for my Wahl KM10? The only blades that you need for this, the only other blades that you can get are a 30. I don't see a reason for you to have a 30. I say don't worry about spending the money to buy the 30, because if you have a 10, it came with a clipper, you can use the 10 for the sanitary and the feet. So you're good with the 10. The 7 blade, the 5 blade, and the 4 blade are the only other blades that are worth purchasing. The rest need to be snap-on comb attachments. And when snap-on comb attachments come in handy is after anything that, if you want to leave longer length than say a 4 blade, because that 4 blade is about as long as you're going to get out of a blade, then you have to go to snap-on combs. Your snap-on combs have to be used over a 10 or a 30 blade, or a 15. You could use a 15. I always tell you 10 so you don't get confused, because you can use them over a 10 blade. It's just fine. And I know the 10 blade is what comes with the clipper. So I tell you that because you're already kind of set with what you need. So snap-on combs are very easy to attach. They just sit right on there, and then you give it a little push forward and it seats onto the blade, and they really are secure on that blade. They're wonderful. So this is going to give you this much length of your clip. Obviously, different size snap-on combs leave more and more length. So what it does is it sets your length for you on the body, on the legs, on the top knot or the head or whatever, so that you don't have to hand scissor all that. So snap-on combs are wonderful. And that's where you said, what blades can you purchase? The only blades that I purchase is the 10, the 30. Those are for sanitary and for feet. 7, 5, and 4. And remember, the higher the number, the shorter the blade will clip. So a 7 is shorter than a 5, because 7 is a higher number. A 5 leaves just a little bit more hair than a 7 would. A 4 blade leaves just a little bit more hair than a 5 would. So those are the only blades I buy. A 5, 7, and a 4. Those are the only ones, because the rest, if I need any other length of coat, the snap-on combs do a much better job. So hopefully that answered it. The next part of her question was, should I buy an Activate matte zapper brush or a Kenchi slicker brush? I'm assuming that Sadie is a standard poodle. I'm pretty sure she is, right? If she's a standard poodle, I like the Kenchi large slicker brush. It's actually cheaper than the matte zapper. But a lot of people, see, it's kind of a preference thing. The matte zapper is a great brush. A lot of people find it easier to work with. This is a smaller version of the Kenchi slicker. I would get the large size if you're talking about a standard poodle. But I prefer to brush out a standard poodle with the Kenchi slicker brush. That's what I prefer. And it's cheaper. So that's a win-win. There are knockoff, here, that's your next question. What's the difference between the Leigh Push brushes, Activate brushes, and the knockoff models? There's not much difference between the Leigh Push brushes and the Activate brushes, but there is some difference. I personally kind of like the Leigh Push brushes better. I believe they're all priced about the same as far as Activate and Leigh Push goes. And Leigh Push was the original, but that has nothing to do with it. If I like the Activate better, I would tell you. I kind of like the Leigh Push brushes better. The knockoff brands, I will tell you, over the years, I have given that a shot because I thought, wow, hopefully if that works, that would save me a lot of money. Well, they didn't even grab coat the same way. They look like a Leigh push brush, but they don't behave the same. They also totally don't last as long. Both the Leigh push and the Activate brushes are built to last, and they do. I've put these brushes through a lot because I use them all the time for years. And they hold up very well. The cheaper ones, the bristles would fall out, the rubber would come apart. It's cheap as cheap, right? So, yeah, there's a big difference between the knockoff versions and the matte zapper from Activate and also the Leigh push brushes. Then Jamie's question, her next question is the Chris Christensen Big G Slicker Brush worth the money? Well, it depends on who you ask. As a professional, I could pretty much use any of these brushes on a poodle or the Chris Christensen. I like all these brushes, and I like the Chris Christensen Big G and the Coral Slicker Brush. I don't have it within arm's reach. I like that brush. To me, it is a bit pricey. I think it's $75 or more, and I just feel like it's a bit pricey for I could go for an Activate or a Leigh push or even the Kenchi Slicker Brush, and I'd be happy. As a professional, I would be happy with that. So I'm not going to say Chris Christensen isn't worth the money, but I don't think I'll ever be purchasing that brush again, considering I have other brushes that I go to and I'm just as happy with. So that's my answer on that. This question, I wasn't sure, but I'm going to try to give it a go. Okay, so Jamie says, I'm right-handed, and so am I. I'm right-handed. And when I scissor Sadie's left side, it doesn't look as good. I don't want to buy left-handed scissors. Okay, well, let me just say this. If you're right-handed, you use a right-handed shear. If you're left-handed, you use a left-handed shear. There are shears made for the right hand, and there are shears made for the left hand. So since you're right-handed, Jamie, you're going to want a right-handed shear. The only reason why you have trouble grooming Sadie's left side is because it's awkward for us. Whichever side we're grooming that isn't our dominant side is going to take a little more practice to make it feel better as we're working and as to make it look better too. I still struggle with it would be the left side of dogs. I do better on their right side than I do on their left side. And it must have something to do with the fact that I'm using this side of my arm, body, whatever. I don't know. So I understand that, but don't ever think that when you're grooming, I mean, if you can do this, this would be amazing. Don't think because I groom her right side, I use a right-handed shear, and when I groom her left side, I use a left-handed shear. I don't think I could do anything with my left hand other than brushing. I don't think I would love to see me try to scissor a dog left-handed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, that wouldn't turn out so well. But so you're right-handed, you need a right-handed shear, and you just need to work on mastering your skills when you're working on the left side of your dog, because it is going to be a little awkward. Okay, now listen, guys. That's all the questions I have for this week. Now, that wasn't all of them. I have more. But I had to break it. Look, we've already spent an hour. I've been talking for an hour, and I hope I wasn't talking too fast. I hope you guys were able to get value out of that. But I'm going to break this into 2 videos. So next week, I am going to work for you again. So today's video is called Today I Work For You. Next week, I work for you too in our live stream, because we're going to go over more of your questions that were submitted to Google Forms. It's because there were more. I couldn't get through them all. And I just feel like it's easier for me to reach out to you guys this way for a lot of the specific questions. Some of the questions are really cut and dry, like what clipper vac system do you use? And I'll just email that person back with a link and say this one. But some of these questions to me just required a little more than an email. So I wanted to do it that way. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me just scroll in here and see if you guys have any questions. Oh, look at you guys. You're all chatty. I love it. I love it when you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. Okay. Boy, we had a lot going on here today. Yeah, put a line in front of your questions. That helps. Guys, we're going to do a couple minutes of questions here, and then I'm going to we have a big subscriber showdown. I can't wait to give it to you guys. All right, just looking here. I saw one down here. I was scrolling up to see if I skipped anybody. I don't like skippy guys, okay? Jamie says, would you make a plus size Go Groomer shirt? Yeah, honey, if I don't have any, I think they come in plus sizes, so I gotta check on that for you, Jamie, okay? I'll check on that, and if I need to add it in Teespring, I will, and then I'll send you an email and let you know. I'm pretty sure they come in, I know they come in plus sizes, honey. Don't worry about it. We'll get you. We'll get you. Any other questions here? And Jamie says, thank you for answering. You're welcome, honey. Hi, Terry Stein. How are you? She says, is there a difference between using a 4-blade versus a 10 with a 4 comb? That's a question often asked. Thanks for asking it. So, a 4 snap-on comb. Hold on a second. I got to grab them because I'm trying to play by memory here, and my memory isn't all that wonderful. Okay, here's the 4. So would this be the same as a 4? In my opinion, the 4 snap-on comb is really close to a 4-blade. This is actually will produce a rather short trim for a snap-on comb. Not too short, just rather short. Yeah, I would say it actually is, Terry. I would say it actually is pretty darn close to a number 4 blade. It's a matter of, depending on what coat type you're clipping, you may find it's easier to use a snap-on comb, or if you're clipping a thick like Shih Tzu or Lhasa coat with a 4 blade, you may find that produces a lot of chop marks. I only go for my 4 blade on very specific coats. Like, let's say even if I was grooming a cockapoo or a cocker spaniel, you know, kind of that thick cottony coat, I wouldn't go for my 4 blade. I would go for the snap-on comb because I just feel it leaves a smoother finish on, depending on what the coat type is. So yes, some people prefer a 4 blade if they're clipping, say, a dog that doesn't have a wavy coat. So like a poodle, you probably would love the 4 blade. If I was doing a poodle or a Bichon coat and I was going to choose between this or the 4 blade, I would choose the 4 blade on that straight coat like that, the poodle coat that doesn't have a lay of the coat, you know, that type of coat. Everything else I think I would choose to go with the guard comb. So I hope that helps you, and I'm sure that other people had that question too. Barb says, I love the opportunity to be able to submit questions. I am so glad that you guys do. Standard poodle, Jamie says. That's what I thought, Jamie. Then I would go for the large slicker brush of Kenchi's large brush, or you may go with the medium. Maybe I'm more comfortable with a large, maybe you wouldn't be. I'm probably going to tell you something, you'll be like, I don't like it. I don't know. I do like the Kenchi slicker brush, though. Lucia says, which Activate brush duo combo is best for Shih Tzus? The red purple or the purple silver? Their website is recommending the purple silver one. Or what cheaper alternative do you recommend? I would follow their website. They have so many duo. I don't have all the duo brushes, Lucia, so I can't tell you which one I would prefer because I just don't need to have all the brushes. I make very good do with the brushes that I have. You know, having a matte zapper, having a softer Leigh Pouche brush like the gold. I love the Leigh Pouche gold brush. The different slicker brushes like the Kenchi. I don't need to have like the whole line of Activate brushes, so I can't tell you for sure if it's the red purple or the purple silver. But I would feel pretty confident in saying that they know what's best for the skin types. I'm sorry, the coat types of your dog. So I would follow their recommendations, okay? I think that would be the best thing to do, honestly. All right. Donna, hi. She says, for removing hair inside the ears, use ear powder and a hemostat. Amy Lee has, oh, that was a question somebody had. Thank you for helping whoever had that question if I missed it. BM Frenchies. You got a Frenchies. Are you a Frenchie breeder? BM Frenchies? I love Frenchies. I have 2-pound Yorkie. Don't know what to do with her feet. Help. What to use? I'm so scared that I will hurt them. Oh, because they're so tiny. Oh, a 2-pound Yorkie. Holy moly. Yeah. Well, definitely like the Arco. The wall Arco is smaller, and it's a cordless clipper, and it's an adjustable blade like the Kenchi Flash. Goes from like a 10, a 9, 10, 15, 30, and 40, I think. But with that Arco being smaller, even smaller than this, I think you would find it comfortable to use on that tiny little dog. 2 pounds is very, very small and hard, can be hard to work with. I mean, the foot of that little Yorkie is probably as big as my pinky. So I can understand you being nervous. And I feel like the Arco clipper, you can set it to a 10 blade, and I feel it's smaller. They make a mini, but I think that's only a 30 blade. It is, yeah. Go for the Arco 5 and 1. I think that would probably be more comfortable and safer for you, okay? I can understand that working with a small dog is stressful. Tiny little dog, and they're so tender, and they're so petite. Shauna says, thank you, Amy. I'll be back next week. I emailed questions to you. I need to ask another way. Okay, super, awesome. Thank you, Shauna. I'm glad, and I will help you out with your questions. And Terry says, many thanks. You're welcome, Terry. It's my pleasure. Shauna says, I am left-handed. Any suggestion on a good workhorse pair of shears? I've been struggling. She's left-handed. Okay, I've been struggling. Any left-handed groomer demos, you're amazing. Well, thank you, Shauna. All right, so if you're struggling with the left-handed shear, I'll tell you right now, and this could change, right now my favorite shear manufacturer is Kenchi. And Kenchi makes, I think, all their models in a left-handed shear. What I also like about Kenchi is they know their shears so well. So if you contact them for help, they will be able to help you and give you honest help, guys. They really know their shears. So my suggestion for that, Shauna, is to reach out to Kenchi and explain to them that, you know, you're a lefty and you want something that, you know, you can groom any dog all day, that, you know, is going to trim nice, well balanced, not too heavy, because you don't want to fatigue your wrist when you're scissoring all day. So I say reach out to Kenchi. And Marlo, you crazy girl, you super chatted me. Thanks, Marlo. I appreciate that. I hope this information is helping you guys. We're better together. Yeah, we are. Thank you so much for that, Marlo. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you kids, you crazy kids. All right, Jason Anderson says, I have a golden doodle. How do you do inside the ear? I'm afraid to hurt my dog, but I know that it should be done. I think you mean about ear plucking, and I think that's what somebody might have suggested, that I do have a video on ear plucking. You may be uncomfortable with it, and that's understandable, Jason. So get educated on how to do it first, like what you are plucking. You only want to pluck what's inside the ear, and you pluck small strands at a time, and it really does not hurt your dog. I can honestly tell you. In fact, they seem to it feels good to them. So I have a couple videos that should help you with that, Jason, and I hope it does. If not, I'm going to have to make another video, and you're going to have to remind me to do that. Cynthia, how you doing? She says, hi, Amy. Would you only use a 4-blade without a snap-on comb on a Lhasa or a drop coat? On a Lhasa or a drop coat, instead of the 4-blade, I think I would prefer the snap-on comb, because it is a little bit of a wavy coat. And for me, that coat type and the 4-blade, I feel like I don't get that smooth of a cut. That's just what I feel like. I feel I can control it better with the guard comb. That's how I feel about it, Cynthia. Guess it just depends on the coat type exactly. Would I say the 4-blade would be my preference? I'm saying right now, I think what I'm picturing that coat type, I think I would like the snap-on comb better. I think. Maria says, Amy, can you do a video dedicated to cutting the muzzle area? Oh, the trim, yeah, like a golden doodle, like what to do on the face. I do have several videos about that has that face trim in there. One of them is the new look I like to put on a Shih Tzu. That video shows you how I trim the muzzle. Another one was the Cavajan video. That is a nice head trim that I put on that dog. Another one was the full grooming workshop, the one with Chubbs, the black thumbnail, and I'm in a blue shirt holding a little black beautiful dog. That video has a great head trim, and the other one is Golden Doodle Summer Trim. That has a Golden Doodle Summer Trim head. So those might be of help to you, Maria. Check them out, girl. All right, so guys, I think I am going to give you what you've been waiting for. Brand new subscribers showdown. I cannot wait. I worked on it all day, and I saw there was a few submissions in after I was done. I will get them in my next submission, my next subscriber showdown. It took me a long time to get it finished. So I'm done with it, and I'm ready to give it to you. Are you ready? Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions throughout the week, email me. Oh my goodness, we got another super chat. Who is that from? Jill Z. Jill Z, you crazy critter. You're gonna get it. You're gonna salute. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys are great. You're gonna love this subscribers showdown. I will see you guys next Monday with part 2 of this series, which is I work for you. All right, guys, and I do work for you. I love you very much. Have a good week. I'm hoping to have another video for you this week, so keep your eyes peeled. Keep your notifications turned on, because it's coming. All right, I love you. Here's your subscriber showdown. I cannot wait. Here it is.